All right, out here on the Hendy today. Got a little job that came in. A friend of mine has some of these bolts. I don't know if you can see if we can get these up there where you can see what I'm looking at. It's a specialty. It's a pin for his tractor. It has something to do with the 3-point hitch. I really don't know exactly what the deal is, but he gave me one and he brought in a box of bolts. I said, why don't you go, he wanted me to make some pins. I said, why don't you just go get some bolts and we can get the majority of that. It would handle it. We got the threads would be done, the hex would be done. All I'd have to do is then turn down the shank, and the length didn't matter. These are a little bit longer, but he got these at a surplus place. I think they're grade 8. Not that it matters much, I don't think, for what the job is. So what we're doing, thought about it, didn't want to overthink it really because I don't have that many to do. So what I'm doing, I'm grabbing the hex in the 3-jaw, and then I have this knurling tool, which I never would use this. I don't like these push kind for knurling, but I have it here. I should probably change out these wheels to straight wheels, because what I do is I put this in here and then I run the lathe and then I bring this up to the threads. Of course the threads are getting turned off, so it doesn't matter, but there's going to be some wobble when I get this in there, because there's only about not even a half inch of the head to grab in the 3-jaw. Now the precision of this thing's not very high, of the job, excuse me, but what we need to do, we want to get it close. But if you do this, turn it on, spin it, and then slowly go in, it almost like works like a wiggler. It'll bring the work in, and you'll see it just, and it'll come down, and you'll be able to watch it. I get it close, then I cinch down the 3-jaw. Then what I do is I bring in my tailstock here with the, let's see, I might as well go ahead and set it up because it's going to be needed anyway. Oh, I bumped the camera. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to bring this in a little closer. I bring this in, and then I center drill it, and then I put the live center in after. And what that gives me is, there's just no, I don't feel like when you cut that, you know that could move. And I want to have something there to support the end. So I'll walk through all the steps here. I'll do it live. Let's see how it goes. We'll do one and see how it finishes up. Okay, here we roll. Center drill. I don't put a heavy taper in there. I don't need a whole lot. Slug it up. I already have my cross slide set. I have it zeroed out. So first pass, the final diameter is 0.625, and I believe it's a 5/8 bolt. So I take it down to within 10 thousandths on the first pass. And I get a bit of a rat's nest here, but you know, I deal with it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Biggest thing you can do is cause yourself a headache by sticking stuff in there like I was just doing. Try to resist that. Every once in a while, if you shut it off, turn it back on, it'll break the swarf into smaller chunks. Being it's not a finished cut, I'm not too worried about it. Just going to run it down here to the end. The other thing I probably should do, here again I would if I was doing a whole bunch, I'd probably set up a stop in that chuck. And then I'd have a stop out here that I could go and I could just go until I hit, until I would know how far to go in the threads. I kind of just been eyeballing it, and then I shut the lathe off. I look at it. Here again, I found out it's not that critical for when I asked about it. But just so there's enough and not too much. So I stop it. Basically just holding it up to it, and with what I have, and look. Here again, normally one shot does it. Then I just go for 0. Hit it. The repeatability of these quick change shoal posts are awesome. This is the wedge style, which I know a long time ago I got into that. That's what someone recommended. They're a little more expensive, but boy, they really make the difference. They are definitely more repeatable than the plunger. I have one of those on another lathe, and it's definitely not as accurate or repeatable. Maybe it's a better word. So now we're taking it down to the finished diameter, 5/8, minus a little bit. It was about 3/1000ths, about 3/1000ths the last on this one. I might be wear, I wasn't sure. I said it wasn't that big of a deal. So I gave him a little bit of, little under. Take it up to the shoulder, finish it off, pull back, switch out. Here's another bit. It's got a 45° on it. I like to slap that in here. Put a nice healthy chamfer on the end. Set it down here. Unlock, slide it out of the way. I'm going to just come in with a flat file. Take a little bit off, just a smoothing thing. Carbide just never quite gives me the finish I want. And there it is, now clean the wrapped up swarf off when I have a minute, because it's going to be hotter than heck. Go to the next one. Snug. Pop it in, bring it up. Away, looks good. Got a nice tighten. Actually, if you noticed on the video earlier, I stopped, restarted. I actually forgot to do this part when I was trying to do the center drill. It pushed it in. That's paying more attention to YouTube than my work, which is another reason why I don't always like to do this stuff when there's a dangerous machine involved. But hey, I'll do anything for YouTube, you know? Bring it up. This bolt's running a lot more true than the other one. There's some of them, they're just not cut right. I mean, the head is not centered on the the shank. There's a lot of inconsistencies with these bolts. Here again, I believe they're pressed when they're made. You know, the head has like markings on it, so it's probably pressed in. down. Back to the bit. Lock and load. Hit it. It's a nice cut. So I'm taking 3/8 off the, I'm taking 3/8 off the diameter, so the cut is 3/16 deep. That's reasonable. Of course, this is, I think, a 5 horsepower lathe. Now I'm running it on I generate 3-phase for it out of the basement. I have a line that runs in here. I think that's number 10 wire. It's 4 conductor, 3 for the 3 phases and then the ground. It's never gotten warm at all, so I mean that's a good thing about 220 3-phase. It's very efficient when it comes to even the transport of the power. And I've had good luck with this machine. And the mill is the same way, 3-phase. It's on the other end there. But I have it automatic. I have a 5 horsepower motor down there that starts remotely. When I press a button, which I keep in the shop, I start it up, it just idles away. That's looking about right. Oh man, we got right on the money that time. Can't beat that. The old eyeball. Take her down. These are the insert tools. They're just cheap Harbor Freight tools I have here. I have an assortment of better tools, but I go to these. I don't know, they just seem to work until I wear them up. Then we'll see what happens. But I've had this for a couple years. It seems to work real well for what I'm doing anyway. Chips are coming off blue. I don't know. They're hot. What are you going to do? Peeling off a lot of metal there. Got one left after this one. So, just going to keep repeating. So if you're tired of the video or you're waiting for a disaster, that's cool. Shoulder, pull it away. Bring in my next bit. Chamfer. Nice. That way, shut down. I didn't have to shut off. And there's another. Another one bites the dust. Oh, got 2 more. Got one here to... So that's it. I'll just call it there.